Hey, what's up guys and welcome back to Anime King 3. And today I'm going to be giving you a brand new series, yes guys. Part 1 of What If Naruto Dream to Surpass the Gods. If you enjoy seeing want to see Part 2, you already know what to do. Comment down below and tell me you want to see Part 2. And guys, remember Anime King 3 What Ifs are done by me, yes. They're all created by me guys, so there's no link. I've seen some of you guys asking for links on Anime King 3, but I remind you once again they're all created by me guys, 100%. My original stories. So sit back and tell me what you think down below and if you want part 2 of this. And also I post a brand new series over Anime King 2 of What If Naruto Returned with a yin yang bloodline, so go ahead and enjoy that guys. And yeah, stay tuned for a brand new episode coming over Anime King as well guys, and yeah. I indeed have 3 channels, Anime King 2, and Making 3. I post What If on these channels every single day for you guys to enjoy. So sit back, relax, and yeah, enjoy guys. And remember to turn on that bell notification, stay posted, and yeah. Without further ado, what is to begin this new episode? Start the intro. Dreams. Everyone had them. Not a dream when you went to sleep, and have dreams where you were somewhere else or doing something that you wouldn't normally do in the real world, or sometimes you do. Dreams about the future. Those are the dreams that every man and woman inspire to reach. Dreams regarding their life, how things will turn out for them. In the shinobi world, most dreams never get accomplished, because the age of a shinobi is relatively low, shinobis and kunoichis alike. As some people did not reach what they wanted. They did not reach the heights of the power that they wanted. They did not get to settle down and have a family. It was all ripped away from them, so early, so easily. With a single kunai, a single attack, a single misplacement, your life can end in just a snap, and then just vanish. That is why people settle for more suitable dreams. Dreams that they could actually contain, dreams that would make them feel satisfied. However, there was one such individual who did not desire a dream that was standard for humankind. His dreams surpass all who come before him. They might have had the mindset, but they failed to have the comprehension. They failed to have the thoughts. They failed to have several key things to get this dream done. But this individual, his mind was focused, collected. He was a brilliant, outstanding child, and he will accomplish his dreams. At the moment, in the hidden village, Konoha. Konoha was the strongest village throughout the nation. It has been that way since the founding eras of Hoshirama Senju and Madara Uchiha. Those men were said to be on a completely different level. But their dreams still did not compare to what the child wanted. They got what they wanted in the end, perhaps. For some they did not, but the child wanted something greater, and it had to do with power. And the power that they had did not interest him. He wanted something far beyond. At the moment, Hiruzen Sarutobi, former Hokage of the Hidden Leaf, had to take up the position of becoming Hokage once more because of some tragic events that led to the downfall of some very special people to him. The fourth Hokage, the Yellow Flash, was said to be one of the greatest of his generations, but he fell to the mighty power of the Kyuubi. He gave his life to save the village, save everyone, his wife doing the same. They left behind a legacy though, but no one knew about that legacy. Hiruzen made a choice. When he saw the crying, pleading, begging face of Kushina, she begged him to watch over her son. She knew how terrible the life of a Jinchuriki was. She pleaded with him with her last breath to keep him a secret away from those people, to not let him get hurt. She begged him with everything she got. She begged him until she took her last breath. It broke Hiruzen's heart. So that very night, he made a decision. One that he believed would come back and haunt him, but he made his decision. The only person, well, few people that knew about who Naruto really was. One of them was off drinking and gallivanting around the elemental nation. And Hiruzen was here. And there was also another, the Anbu commander who was with him that night, Wolf. Kushina and Minato never told anyone, not even Kakashi, about the name of their son. So Hiruzen did not inform the people where the Nine-Tail was. He did not tell a single soul. A simple answer for everything was, it was handled. There were several outrageous talks as people wanted to know what was going on in the village. Even the Fire Daimyo came over to Konoha. As Hiruzen had discussed with the men about the safety of the child, and if the child powers found out about what he contained, he would suffer for being a Jinchuriki in this village. The hate was already intense. The Daimyo had spent a day studying and gauging the village reaction, and Hiruzen was right. As the Daimyo knew Minato very well, and knew about the man's masters in Fuinjutsu, so he allowed Hiruzen to do what he did. So for all everyone knew, the Nine-Tailed Fox was dead and gone, because no one knew what happened to it, or where it went. No one knew about Naruto Uzumaki. The child was a ghost. Well, not everything can remain in darkness for too long. While the child was not known to the populace, what he contained was known to the darkness. The part of the village that specialized in dangerous missions. The part of the village that kept them safe in the nights. The Anvus. Hiruzen waved his hand as a cat masked Anvu appeared in front of him. He looked at her, as he could see her purple hair. "Get me ghost," Hiruzen said. The cat masked Anvu nodded as she vanished away. It was now only a matter of time. Meanwhile that was going on as she made her way. There was a man with a wolf mask. He was the Anvu commander that night. Alongside Hiruzen, he also knew the truth as well. He knew more about Naruto than most of the other people. He has been his commanding officer for the past couple of years after all. As Wolf stood as he watched in the special training ground, the child was in the center of the field. He was surrounded by makeshift launchers. They could launch kunais and shurikens at a pressurized rate that was just incredible. The human hand could not even throw that fast, or even throw that much unless you were able to perform the kunai clone jutsu at the same time, but the speed that they launched at was rather incredible. The child had 2 bracers on his arms. He was the one that modified these weapons. Something that most Anvus found rather insane about this training because, well, there was a high possibility of them dying. But this child looked fear in the eyes and scoffed. He was just different. The Anvu commander watched him as a child activate the seal on the ground. The moment he did, it seems like there was a rain. Hundreds of kunais and shurikens were launched towards him. The child raised both of his hands as he muttered a few words. A pressurized wind dome surrounded him. The kunais and shuriken tried to pierce through, but he held them at bay, using an impressive amount of skill and power to hold them all up at once. Once all of the forces were done, the child did not even move a slight inch. He started to rotate his body, causing all of the weapons to spin, until it became a massive tornado. It was like a tornado of death. He spun and spun and spun and spun until it started to move so fast, all you saw was dark. The metal tips could not even be seen anymore. It was then that a small section opened up as the child jumped through and launched his hand forward. The wind seemed to flow off his body and propel the attack. Trees, hundreds of trees over to the side, were turned into logs in seconds, as the tornado of death seemed to turn them into mints. Fine wood, rather easily. Despite pulling off something as powerful and dangerous as that, the child looked undisturbed, unwinded. He then turned his face, showing that he was wearing a mask. His mask was rather unique. The fact that there was no eye holes. Well, there were, but you could not see them. That was rather strange. But the mask was created by a special material. The eye holes were there. The color of the mask just hid it quite well, but the child could see. The mouth of the mask also, there was nothing there. The mask was dark. The child was wrapped in a cloak. As he placed his arms at his side, his body was fully concealed. As he stood there, it seems like he just blended around in everything. It was hard to even tell that he was standing there. He was like some kind of ghost. It was then that someone landed beside the Envoy commander. The child walked over. He had blonde spiky hair. As he whipped behind him, it was tied in a ponytail that went down into his shirt. The child came to a stop. As he looked towards the cat mask, Kunoichi, Envoy. He said nothing, he just looked at her. Ghost, Hokage-sama, request your presence. Understood, he said. His voice sounded young. He seemed to be around 5'1", a decent standard for a 12-year-old child. Yes, he was 12 years old, and already showing impressive feats like these. But these weren't even half of it. He then turned his head as the woman vanished. As he locked eyes, well, he could see quite well, with the Envoy commander. The Envoy commander came over. He lifted his hand. In a second, he pulled a ninjato on his back and brought it toward the child's throat. But it was blocked by a kunai as the child gripped it tightly. The man seemed pleased as he sheathed his blade. I've taught you well, he said, as he rested a hand on the child's shoulder. Now it's time that you move on to a different phase in your career. That dream of yours, do you still wish to make it reality? The man asks. I will not stop until I do. You know, as much as I try, I couldn't beat that stupid dream out of your head. Who knows, maybe one day, you can possibly make it a reality. But you have my good luck on your journey. I will be looking forward to hear great things from you, Ghost. As Ghost bowed his head, I thank you for all that you've given me and taught me over the years. It's been an honor. You're quite welcome. Now go on. I expect to hear great things. I'll be watching. As Ghost just disappeared. He was gone like that. Well, the kid was named Ghost for a reason. Time skip. Harrison was in his office. As he waited, he closed his eyes and leaned back in his chair. The next second he cracked open an eye. He saw the child standing there, as sneaky as always. Ghost, you remember what I discussed with you? Yes, I do. Well then, remove your mask. The child reached up slowly. As he stopped, his fingers rested on his mask. It took him a while, but he unclipped the mask, showing his face. His face was rather unique. He had strange whiskers on his face, 3 on both sides. His eyes were deep blue. Something about them were just frightening. There was a bit of white in the center. Just by a single glance, his eyes looked ominous. His spiky hair had 2 bands that framed the side of his face. Harrison almost gasped in shock. He looked so much like Minato. The child stood there unresponsive. From this moment on, your identity as Ghost will not be the one that you'll be using. I want you to refer back to yourself as your real name. I know it's been a long while, but it's time that you go out in the light. You've served in the duty for long enough. It's time that you take up the mantle as a shinobi in the light. And I also have a mission for you. My name. The child said as he glanced up towards the ceiling. I know it's been a long time, but you can't have possibly forgot your name. No. Naruto. Naruto Uzumaki, he said. Yes, that is right, Naruto. I told you that this day will come. Are you upset about leaving the force? Are you angry at me? Livid, said Naruto. The child did not lie, especially when speaking to Hokage and his superiors. How do you feel about that, Harrison asked. I feel that you're wasting my time. Allowing me to become a genin. I see no possible reason of me doing so. My skills would be better suited for where I am. And what about the mission, Harrison asked. The Uchiha. As Naruto glanced through the window behind him, Itachi should have killed him. Harrison frowned a bit at that, as he knew Naruto's objective on certain things. Naruto, you shouldn't say things like that. If he died, then there wouldn't be a problem of me watching him, and I would be just fine to continue my duties in the forces. So in my opinion, if you want to ask, sir. As Naruto paused. Yes, I would like your opinion. He should have died. But you gave me a mission, and I will protect him with everything I have, and keep him alive, and also inform you if I see him taking on a path to leave this village and forsaking his comrades. You are not allowed to kill him, Naruto. If he chose treason towards his village, you are to subdue him, and bring him back as always, understood? As Naruto paused for a moment. Understood, Harrison asked. Yes. Apologies. I was just thinking. About what, Harrison asked. It's rather personal, said Naruto. Alright, I trust you, Harrison said. But you know that you're gonna have to blend in with the crowd, make friends. After all, you do have a big dream that you want to set. In order to accomplish a dream like that, you're gonna need people to help you along the way. I do not feel I can do it all by myself. I do need things to get along my goal. As Naruto walked towards him, you are the one that gave me those books when I was younger. You're the one that helped me on this path, and I aim to complete it. Harrison smiled. While your task seemed impossible, well, you have my hopes and dreams following you. I thank you, said Naruto. Alright, Harrison said, as he gave Naruto a key. This is a key for your apartment. A nice little place that you can set up while being a genin. How long will it take before I'm promoted to a chunin, said Naruto. Well, when the exams comes around, well, it's up to your sensei. And what about jonin? Well, considering your skills right now, I suppose you just have to wait a few months before I give you the jonin tests. But there's no rushing things, Naruto. I mean, make some friends your own age. You don't really have much. Well, actually, you don't have any. Amusing, said Naruto. Harrison didn't know if he find it funny or not. Sometimes he just said things that didn't really express how he felt. But it wasn't like he was an emotionless robot. He was a person. As Harrison did not see what he did with the mask, but it was just gone into his black cloak as usual. You are to report to the academy tomorrow for your examination test so that you can move on to the rank of genin. Remember, Naruto, try to blend in. Make some friends. This will be a chance for you to experience the world of a ninja with comrades at your side. I know that you love your unit and you love the force, but this is a different path. Do you understand me? Yes, I do. I will look forward toward this new path. It seems quite exciting, if I must say. It excites you, Harrison asks. In a way, yes. Can I take my leave now? I have to prepare. Oh yes, you may. I wish you good luck on making friends, Naruto. Oh, and don't really overdo it. Remember, the kids are not as... Harrison paused. He turned. Well, he should have expected that by now, as Naruto was long gone. Harrison sighed. He really hoped that Naruto makes some friends his age. The child was not emotionless, but he was stunted to a certain behavior. But he has already spoken to Naruto about all of this. He knew that the kids at the academy were not as strong as him, so he had to take it easy on them. Time skip. As the children for the academy were making their way, today was a rather exciting day. They were going to be taking the Janine tests. As many of them were ecstatic, some of them were nervous as hell. At the moment, Sakura and Ino, both girls were currently fighting to get to the class so that they could get their precious Sasuke gun. "I'm gonna get there first," said Sakura. "Like hell you are," said Ino, as they were moving at a quick pace. That is when Ino suddenly stopped. As Sakura paused a bit. "Hey, why did you..." As she was confused. While she would like to rush ahead, she was curious why Ino would stop to get to Sasuke. The both of them always fought about this, so it was rather surprising. She didn't realize who Ino was looking at. Sakura couldn't help it, as a small tint of red came on her cheeks. He was really cute. She slapped herself. What the hell was she thinking? She was supposed to be with Sasuke-kun, not whoever this guy is. She's never seen him before. Ino, on the other hand, was shocked. There he stood. He was wearing a black pair of open-toe boots. Black pants that fit him perfectly. He was wearing a white shirt with a black jacket over it. The jacket was a bit puffy, but it lay on his frame rather perfectly. And the white shirt stuck to him like a bodysuit. As Ino was shocked to what she saw. He looked to be their age, but he had muscles. Well-defined muscles that got her face turning pink. And his face, he was so gorgeous. He had long, flowing blonde hair, beautiful blue eyes. Who was this guy? She was curious. He was just standing there. He seemed to be thinking about something because he wasn't looking at her or anyone else. He was looking at the door of their class. "Hey," she said. "Can I help you with something?" she asked, trying to be kind. He turned towards her. He then flashed her a smile. A rather radiant, beautiful smile that got her heart beating at a rate that she never expected, as she had to control herself. "Oh, it's quite fine. I'm just waiting for the teacher," he said. "You mean Aruka?" "Yes. I believe that is his name." "Are you from this class?" she asked. She knew that it was a stupid question when she said it because she's never seen him before and she would have noticed him. "I'm new." "What's your name?" she said. "Naruto. Naruto Uzumaki." "Well, hi there, Naruto Uzumaki. I'm Ino Yamanaka." She held out her hand. He took it as he kissed her hand. Her eyes seemed like they were going to pop out of her skull. "Nice to meet you, Miss Yamanaka," he said. "Yeah," said Ino as she was stuttering. This wasn't usual for her. I'll see you in there," she said as she rushed off, running past Sakura, who was still there watching, as she was shocked. As Sakura made her way inside, that is when she saw the empty seat. She ran up the stairs as she sat down beside Sasuke. But to her shock, no one was following her. As she turned to see Ino, just standing there looking at the door. Well, more Sasuke for me, she thought. "Alright, everyone, settle down," Aruka said. Ino was confused. "Aruka-sensei," she said. "Where's the new student?" "New student?" Aruka said, confused. "Oh yes, he was gonna announce that." As everyone looked towards her, "New student?" "Oh yes, he was gonna announce that. It seems like he's not here yet, Ino." "Actually, I'm right here," said a voice before Ino could say anything. Aruka actually jumped a bit in surprise, causing the others to look towards him. As they saw the girl's eyes widening the class, as many thoughts rushed to their mind. He was so handsome. Aruka, on the other hand, was confused. He knew that he wasn't the strongest of all shinobis, but he considered himself a capable person, and yet he didn't sense his child one bit. He sensed nothing. It was almost like he was a ghost. And he walked in with him and didn't even notice. I apologize if I scared you, said Naruto. Oh, it's alright, Aruka said. Alright everyone, now that I have your attention. This is Naruto Uzumaki, and he will be taking the graduation test with you guys. Huh? How is that possible? He didn't have to go through all these years of schoolwork, and yet he's just taking a test? A boy with a dog in his head said, Alright Kiba, calm down. Well, if you have to know, this was recommended by the Hokage himself. That caused many shocked looks, as two pair of eyes, more than everyone else, focused on Naruto that was none other than Sasuke Uchiha. That's bullcrap, said Kiba. I had to go through all the years of the academy. Iruka was about to shout. Would you mind allowing me, Naruto asked. Iruka was confused what he meant by that, but Naruto didn't wait for an answer. Hey, if you think I'm not worthy to take the exams, because I did not go through all the years of the academy, why don't you come down here and find out? Kiba narrowed his gaze. And what do you mean by that? You're Inuzaka, correct? Yeah, what about it? They pride themselves on strength and raw animal emotion, if I'm not mistaken. I see that you're quite vulgar. So why don't you come down here and try to test me if I'm capable or not? Kiba growled. As he was about to get up, Akamaru started to whine. Hey, what's wrong, boy? Said Kiba, as Akamaru crawled into his shirt and started to hide. It was then that Kiba looked up as he came face to face. As Naruto looked into his eyes, Kiba was stunned. Not just him, everyone else in the class, shaking to their very core. Sasuke, on the other hand, and several others were still looking at the spot that he was at. Hey, Iruka was even unable to speak on this development. He didn't even see him move. Is that proof enough, Naruto asked, as Kiba didn't know how to answer. Naruto reached forward as Kiba readied himself, as Akamaru poked his head out. Placing his hand on the puppy's head, Akamaru's behavior changed when he looked into Naruto's eyes that now seemed different. They no longer felt cold. They felt warm and kind. As Akamaru licked his hand as Naruto scratched his head. Cute dog, said Naruto. Yeah, of course Akamaru is cute. I really like the companionship between you Inuzakas and your dogs. I wish I had one of my own, a companion of sorts. You must be real lucky, said Naruto. Kiba smirked. Yep, it's really luck to have Akamaru and any other Inuzaka dogs. You know, maybe you're not so bad. I appreciate that, said Naruto. Alright, Naruto, Iruka said, still getting over his shock. Take a seat somewhere up there. As Naruto nodded and walked, making his way up to the top. Do you mind if I sit here? The girl's face turned beet red. No, I don't mind, she said, as Naruto sat down. He gave her a smile as she looked away, her face completely red. Alright, Iruka said, as he was speaking. Naruto examined all of his classmates. Well, they weren't going to be that for too long. They're all going to graduate very soon. Alright, Iruka said, as his assistant Mizuki entered the class. First, we're going to be giving out the written tests. Now, all of you prepare yourself, as the papers are handed out. Naruto scanned over the sheet of paper and jotted in all the answers. They were rather easy. Afterwards, they were called for a taijutsu test to see their status over the past years. They all had to participate when they first arrived in the academy to see how much they stacked up. And now they were going to do that once again to see how much they have grown. As they all were brought outside, Ino made sure to stay behind because she saw that Naruto had took his time to get back up. As she waited, Hey, Naruto, she said. Yes, he said, turning towards her. Do you mind if we walk there together, she asked. Of course not. Let us go, shall we? As he held out his hand. She was a bit confused. Do you want me to take your hand, she said. As he simply nodded, Ino started to blush. She doesn't usually get, well, so fussy over things. But still, all the way there, she said. if you don't mind. As she didn't know why he was doing this. Maybe he was just being a gentleman. So she held out her hand as he took it, as he walked with her hand in hand. So, Miss Yamanaka. Yeah? Can I ask you a question? Sure. What do you intend to do following your kunoichi career? A dream of sorts, he asked. Oh, you mean like a goal, she said. Yes. Well, I'm not completely sure right now. We are still young after all, we can make more money later on, but being the best Mindjutsu user is one of them, she said. And being a great kunoichi all around. You have heard about the legends like Lady Snazzy and all that, right? Who is said to be the most powerful woman in the world. Yes, said Naruto. That's quite a big goal. Yeah, I know, but oh. I'm not saying that you can't, said Naruto. I'm saying it's a big goal. And I would love to be there to see you accomplish that goal. Ino blushed instantly. She just met this guy and here she was, feeling her heart flutter as she talked to him. This only ever happened when she spoke to Sasuke. And it never fluttered so much, as she couldn't take it. Her hands started to sweat a bit as she was cursing in her mind. She was getting too nervous. Either he didn't notice or he was too polite to say anything. As he continued to walk, arriving there, he slowly released her hand, which she hated, as she wanted to hold on to him for the rest of the day. Alright, we had tally your fighting type in the beginning of the school year to see what you are capable of against your fellow Genins. But to find out how far you have reached, all of you will be fighting us one by one to show you how far you have come, Aruka said. Kiba smirked. Time to show them who's the alpha, he said. As Sasuke looked rather calm, yet he had this arrogant look. As Naruto did not say anything, Ino didn't know why. But a part of her believed that he was dangerous. Naruto, that is. Just the way he carried himself, she didn't know what it was. As she turned towards him, she blinked in confusion. What the hell? Where did he go? Excuse me. Mizuki almost jumped out of his skin as he turned around in a fright. Given that I was not here for the first test, how would this work? As Mizuki took several deep breaths, he didn't even sense this damn kid. He was almost like a ghost. Well, Aruka. Yeah? What about the new student? I mean, he wasn't here for the exam. Oh yeah. Well, we'll just see how far he can go against you, to rally up his skills. I'm afraid it won't account to much though because, well, you never really participated in the academy before. So, oh, it's quite alright, said Naruto. Names were called as children went up there, as Mizuki and Aruka were putting a little force into it, to see them give them all that they had. But the students were faring quite well. But Naruto saw their moves, and he was angry. His face showed calmness, but he was angry. More like disappointed in the academy system. They were doing the basic fighting style of the academy on the battlefield that can get you killed. Were these students really gonna become Genins? No, this shouldn't be possible. He needs to speak to the Hokage about this. These students need at least 5 more years to barely scratch the surface of learning to become true shinobis. What he was seeing now was pure disappointment. But he kept all that thought to himself as he remained quiet. As Naruto watched as the others call, Sasuke went up there and put on a good show, many of the girls swooning over him. But Naruto did not understand. Where was his family fighting style? With him being last member, shouldn't he know all of the fighting style of the Uchiha? Even Naruto knew more fighting style of Uchiha than him. And there was a reason. As Naruto was surely disappointed in these kids. Was this all they have learned over the past 6 years? Completely. Utterless garbage. This was a shame in Konoha image. He should have paid close attention to this era, the academy. No wonder the other nations believe that Konoha is getting weak. It kind of angered him a bit. What is the old man doing allowing this training to go on? Where was the hardcore stuff? Well, he couldn't really say that because but they weren't really a part of what he did. He sighs, his name was called. Is everything alright? Aruka asks. Yes, I'm quite fine. As Naruto was placed against Mizuki. Alright there kid, Mizuki said. I'm not gonna take it too hard on you. Don't want to accidentally hurt you, alright? Just show me what you can do. And we'll mark it down, okay? As Naruto nodded. Alright, I'll make the first move, said Mizuki as he came forward with a sloppy punch. Naruto moved his body to the side as the punch passed him. Mizuki sweep, but Naruto jump. Mizuki then punched forward, but Naruto ducked. Mizuki attacked relentlessly. His attacks were slow at first, but they started to get fast. Because he realized that he was no longer faking it. He could not hit the damn child. Mizuki threw everything that he got in punches and kicks, to the point where his face started to turn red. Sweat started to run down his forehead, and yet... Whoa. He's actually making Mizuki-sensei push himself hard. Several of the kids started to make comments about that. Sasuke grunted, as he didn't let Iruka sweat like that. Well, he was not really fighting all out. But Naruto was not even fighting back. As Naruto came to a stop, Mizuki was seemingly out of breath right now. It was then that Naruto retaliated. As he moved forward, he cocked his fist back. Mizuki saw right through his punch. As Naruto launched at Mizuki, dropped to the side as he brought her on his fist. With a bit too much pressure as Iruka noticed that fist would hurt the child. But Naruto leaned his body back, as the fist was a decoy as he blocked Mizuki's attack with his bare palm, shocking the others by the strength that he was able to wield to stop him like that. As Naruto then moved forward, his hand moving in literal slow-mo. His hand was barely even moving, but Mizuki collapsed on the ground, confusing most of the Genins, well soon to be. But Iruka on the other hand saw it. Naruto delivered 5 hits, but not with his right hand with his left. He had removed his hand from Mizuki, but the way he maneuvered his body, the kids did not saw what he did. The right hand was just a diversion for them to look. While he had hit Mizuki at pressure points that caused the man to crumble, elevating his hand upwards and using so much strength that was really impressive. I'm sorry if I hurted you, said Naruto. Hurt me? Kid, I'm a chunin, I'm fine. You're not even a genin yet. Oh. Well then, said Naruto. Is it over? Yeah. I saw what I wanted to see, said Mizuki, his voice grunting a bit. With that, they were taken back inside to perform exercises that involve clone and... what the hell? Transformation? As Naruto was really insanely pissed off, he did what he was told as he got a headband. Once everything was done and everyone got their headband, Ino saw Naruto walking away. Hey Naruto, she said as she started to rush after him, as she almost bumped right into Choji. Hey, move out of the way, she said. Sorry Ino, said Choji, as she looked behind him. Wait, where did he go? Who? Choji asked. Naruto. Naruto was by here, Choji said. Wait, he walked past you. Didn't you see him? No, I'm sorry. I didn't see him, said Choji. But he walked past right here, Ino said. How couldn't you have seen him? I'm sorry, Ino, but I did not. Ino grumbled as she rushed back to the class. Aruka-sensei. What is it, Ino, he said. Do you happen to know where Naruto left? Why do you want to know that, he asked. Oh, nothing, she said. He's a comrade, okay? And he's gonna be a future comrade, so do you know where he lives or not, she asked. I'm sorry, Ino, but I don't. I met him the same day that you met him. As Ino grumbled as she rushed out of the class. Frustrated, meanwhile Hiruzen was writing on a piece of paper as he stamped it. The next thing he knew, Naruto stood in front of his desk. Ah, Naruto. I see that you managed to graduate. What is the purpose, said Naruto. I'm afraid I don't understand, Hiruzen said. Purpose of what? The academy, the tests. Well, to train future ninjas for the village. You call that training, said Naruto. I apologize if I sound rather surprised, Hokage-sama, but I am. Do you mind if I speak freely? Hiruzen sighed. Alright, go ahead, he said. Have you been wasting your time as a Hokage, Naruto asked. as Hiruzen knew that this was coming. As Naruto was polite and respectful, but if he asked you if he could speak freely, sometimes you should deny him, as he said certain things that really hit at home. And why do you say that? How could you allow the academy standard to drop this much? I thought they would have improved, but I must say I'm severely disappointed in what you have done. How do you explain yourself? Said Naruto. Look, Naruto, we're not going into a war. And the training that you receive is a lot different from what these kids are gonna get because, well, you're special. Isn't Uchiha special as well? I mean his brother. I know Itachi quite well. Yes, you did. Said Hiruzen. Yes, did, said Naruto. And he was a prodigy in all sense of the word. A person that defies certain meaning of being smart and a prodigy. So tell me, has his brother not taken kindly to him? What do you mean? Why would he take kindly? Hiruzen said. I do not mean by emotions or greetings. I mean in terms of skills. Well, the level that Sasuke is at right now, really pale in comparison to what Itachi was at his age. As Naruto glanced to the window, what's on your mind? I think you should execute him. As Hiruzen frowned, Naruto, I told you to stop saying things like that, especially about your future comrades. You don't seem to understand what I mean correctly. You want me to kill Sasuke, is that what you mean? Yes. But it's for the safety of the village. And the pride that we can keep our shinobis in check. And what do you mean by that now? Sasuke will eventually leave this village. There is no questioning that. After one day, and you already believe that, here's an axe. Yes, because he wants power. I can see that from the way he acts. And he will not let anything stop him from getting power. And this village is clearly not giving him enough power. Well, he's just become a genin, Naruto. Soon enough he will be trained by a Jonin sensei to get stronger. And besides, you will be there as well. I was hoping that you could give him a few pointers. You said nothing about that. You said I just had to make sure that he's kept in line. And that he also doesn't die an unfortunate death. Because he seemed to be cocky more than most. Yes, he's quite full of himself, but his pride for Uchiha is quite great. But you're not the person to be lecturing anyone about pride, Naruto. Yes, I suppose you're right there. So have you taken my actions into consideration? What are you talking about? Regarding Sasuke, I'm not gonna kill Sasuke, Naruto. And this is the last time I'm telling you. Stop saying those things. It's not for the beneficial of the village. If the other nations found out that Konoha is losing their edge and their shinobis, they will think of us as weak. Then let them think what they want. We are not in a state of war, okay? Understood, said Naruto. I apologize for making you mad. Hiruzen sighed. It's quite alright. Just stop going around saying these things. But you were the one that asked about my full view on him. Yes, I know that. I should have known that you would have taken it that far, but still. You shouldn't be saying any of that. The word will never leave my mouth again, said Naruto. Alright. So, did you make any friends? Actually, there was a girl that is quite infatuated with me from what I can see. Already? Hiruzen said, with a small smirk. I know you were quick, but Naruto, this is a new record one day. Her name is Ino Yamanaka. Naruto. That's Inoichi's daughter, the clan head. I hope you don't plan on doing anything stupid. As Naruto looked, shocked at that. His face still not showing any emotions but his eyes. You saw the slight twinkle. Have you ever seen me do anything stupid? No, it's just a statement I'm trying to make sure that you know what you're getting yourself into. If you choose to pursue this. I didn't say that I was going to, said Naruto. Well, I'm not saying that you could not, but you're starting a new life now, so you can afford to make friends and even get a girlfriend or so. I mean, you are at that age now, when you start to look at females differently. Naruto tilted his head. Excuse me, but are you trying to give me the talk he asks? Well, I never really as Hiruzen looked rather embarrassed. "It's quite alright," said Naruto. "I'll save you the embarrassment. I do not need it. Or have you forgotten? Your very own Onvus sometimes use seduction to get what they want." "Oh yeah," Hiruzen said. "Well then, as long as you're not doing anything that you're not ready for, I assure you, everything's quite alright," said Naruto. "Good then," Hiruzen said. "Well, if there isn't anything else," he put the paper to the side as he looked back up. He sighed once again, as Naruto was gone. But it caused Hiruzen to chuckle a bit. It was good to see that Naruto was opening up more and making friends. It was good for him. But, knowing him, it would not last for too long. Soon enough, he will start to get converged into more and more training. His goal was a big one that he would not let go. Hiruzen sighed, as he wished him the best of luck though. He was definitely something alright. Maybe he will achieve it. He sure had the knacks and the bloodline and genes to achieve it after all. Time skip. Naruto sat on his roof. His eyes were closed as the place was dark. It was night after all. His face was shrouded by darkness. You could not see his face one bit. That is when his eyes picked up something Onvus moving in a strange pattern. One of them landed beside him. "Is there something wrong?" Naruto asked. "The scroll of sealing has been stolen by Mizuki, the assistant of Iruka." "Do you know where he is?" "No, but he's not left the village yet. We assume that he's in the forest hiding. You mind helping us out?" As the girl beside him asked, decked out in her Onvu gear. "You know that I'm no longer Onvu, correct? I'm just a mere genin." "Huh, genin with beer skills that rival some top-notch jonins. You gonna help out or not?" she asked. As Naruto sighed, "I was enjoying my quiet time." "Doing what?" "Sitting in the darkness." "You know, you should always keep your emotion in check. You are Onvu," said Naruto. "You lecturing me? Well, I'm no longer one, so I can lecture you all I want." As she frowned at that. "And besides, I rank higher than you the last time I remember." "Well, that was true, but as you said, you're just a genin now," she said. I guess you're right." "What is the mission parameters?" "Well, the bastard is a traitor. So, you know what to do if you find him. That is if he resists. But if you can take him down without that, just bring him back, so that they can throw his ass in jail." "Oh, and another..." She turned around, but he was gone. "Bastard," she said, as she jumped off the roof and made her way. Meanwhile, Mizuki was hunkered down in a shack in the forest of death. It was a small underground place that he found a long time ago, as he was hiding in there. It was not that big, so he couldn't really move all around, but it was good enough to hide him. There was another level to go down, but he never really went down there before, because the place was booby-trapped. It gave him a rather nasty stab in the arm, and he never trusted it ever since, when he made his way down to the lower floors. But it was a good place to hide. He was wounded. He had gotten attacked when he had tried to steal a scroll by one of the damn Chunin guards. He had killed him and quickly stole the scroll, but he got stabbed. As he cauterized the wound already, he wrapped it around with his clothing. As he gripped onto the scroll rather tightly, he had to get the hell out of here. They will search every inch of this place to find him. He could not really sense anyone above. He was not really that good of a sensor though, as he calmly got up. Crawling out of the space, he made his way. Looking around, he saw no one, so he ran. He ran for the hills. It didn't take him too long to come across someone. Damn it, he cursed. But he smirked and realized it was just a child. Not just any child though. He couldn't see the child's face at first because his face was shrouded by darkness. The child's body was not visible, but the more he stepped into the light, he saw him. "Naruto, what are you doing out here?" "Do not speak to me like we're friends, or that you're my teacher or anything like that. I hate traitors. Give up, or I will kill you. So you know, huh?" How does a brat like you know something like this? I mean, why would they tell you anything? That is for me to know and you to not find out. Well, it doesn't matter, said Mizuki. You're wasting my time. He pulled a kunai and charged forward to end Naruto's existence. Naruto watched a kunai came towards him. He tilted his head as the kunai passed him. He then thrust his palm outwards. The palm connected with Mizuki's chest. At first nothing happened until the man's body shook violently. As he spasmed, blood exploded out of his mouth. He dropped the scroll. As he dropped to his knees, "What did you do to me?" he said, coughing up more blood. "I ruptured some of your internal organs. The Hyuga Gentafist style is quite powerful. Imagine that, with someone that can produce almost quadruple the amount of chakra that they can do." "That's not possible. You don't have the Byakugan," said Mizuki, finding it hard to breathe. As Naruto stepped forward, "Yes, I don't. I have something much better." As he placed 2 fingers to Mizuki's forehead and channeled wind chakra, as he fired off a precise ear bullet, piercing the man's skull as he dropped dead. Naruto then shot a fireball in the sky. The next moment he was surrounded. As Naruto tossed the scroll, the girl from before caught in it. "Show off," she said. "Oh, excuse me for doing your job," said Naruto. "We would have found him," she said. Maybe too late. As the others saw who she was talking to, it was the ghosts. When they were not, well, doing their duties, they did hang out a lot. And almost all of them knew him. He was the direct pupil of the Anzu commander. Someone more dangerous than most of them. As Naruto started to walk away, "You can take the credit," he said. "I never liked that guy." "You knew him?" she said. "Just for a day." As he walked away, "He's so cool," one of the masked Anvu said. The girl turned towards him. "Really? Come on, admit it, he's cool. And don't take any prisoners," said the other one as he looked down towards the body of Mizuki. "This bastard killed a fellow Chunin and tried to betray the village. He deserved what he got. Get rid of the body and let's head back." Time skip. As Naruto entered the class, as Ino saw him as she chirped up, as he walked over towards her, his eyes making direct contact the entire time. "Good morning, Ino," he said. "Oh, good morning, Naruto-kun," she said, as he realized the kun on his name. The suffix. She blushed a bit as she noticed that he noticed. "Hey, what if we kind of end up on the same team?" she asked. "How would you feel about that?" "Oh, that would be..." As he paused. "Quite amazing," he said. As Ino blushed even more, she was now bursting. "Oh, okay," she said, as she was praying to all of her gods that she end up on a team with him. Aruka entered a minute later. "Alright everyone," he said. "Congratulations," as he started to talk. It seems like he was leaving out the death of Mizuki. Well, it was not wise to tell the kids that they were betrayed by one of their own. So with that, he started listing out the names. When he got to Team 7, Ino banged her fist in the table so hard, she bruised her hand. As everyone turned towards her, she dropped her head towards the table, cursing. Naruto, Sakura, and Sasuke. Sasuke was curious about the setup because he was interested in that guy. He seemed to be more than he was letting on. As he got Sasuke curious, Ino was placed with Shikamaru and Choji as that pissed her off. Hinata was placed with Team 8, Kiba and Shino. Their Jonin sensei would be Kakashi Hatake for Team 7. Naruto gaze narrowed slightly at that, but he said nothing. When the time came as Asuma came in, "I guess I'll see you later, Naruto," Ino said, with a frown on her face. "Yes, don't worry. We shall see each other soon." As she nodded, Asuma took the group away. When she was far away from the academy, she realized she didn't know where he lived. Damn it, she should have asked him. When everyone started to weed out, only 2 people were remaining in the class. As Sakura frowned, where was their... She glanced around. Wait, where's Naruto? Sasuke turned to his side. What the hell? He was just there. 3 hours later, Kakashi slid open the door. You're late, Sensei, said Sakura, rather frustrated. As Naruto was not there. Where's the other one? Kakashi asked. He just vanished. What do you mean just vanished? Kakashi turned his head to the wall. As Naruto was now leaned up against the wall, Sasuke blinked in confusion when he followed Kakashi's gaze. As he didn't understand, Sakura was shocked. Wait, where did you go? She asked. I was right here. No, you weren't. You went away, she said, confused. Seems like you did not check properly. I did, you... Sakura was confused more than ever. Alright, just meet me on the roof, said Kakashi. As they met him on the roof. First of all, why don't you guys introduce yourself? You there, Blondie. Why don't you go first? Well, how would you like me to introduce myself? Your likes, dislikes, your goal, your dreams. Alright then. My name is Naruto Uzumaki. I like a few things. Some of them food, some of them regarding ninja studies. I dislike a few things as well. You can mostly say traitors. And my goal, dream per se, is to become the strongest person throughout the elemental nation. To surpass the ones known as gods. To surpass the likes of ninjas who were known as literal gods in their time. To have the heavens know my name, said Naruto. Kakashi raised an eyebrow. Well, that's quite a big dream, Naruto, he said once again, saying the name a bit differently. Yes, it is. Well, we can all dream big, can't we? Said Naruto. Well, I guess I can't fault you there. Although, it does sound impossible. Do you think you can actually do that? Impossible is just a limitation. And I have not reached a limitation I cannot yet break. As Kakashi's eyes smiled. Well then, he said. Well, let's get on to the others. But guys, be and subscribe right here. If you want to see the next part, do like, subscribe, comment down below. Turn on that bell notification stay posted. But I'm off for now, see you guys soon. Peace.